First we had cinnamon rolls, then we had cakes, then donuts. Now fast foodies, we have milkshakes. Why am I talking about cakes, donuts, cinnamon rolls, milkshakes at 9 a.m.? Because it's a Tuesday. And here on the Fast Foodies YouTube channel, that means one thing and one thing only. Say it with me. It's time for Crumbl! Welcome back, Fast Foodies, to yet another Crumbl cookie review that isn't a review of a cookie. What am I talking about? Well, as you guys heard in that intro, Crumbl Cookies has been cooking up a storm recently. They've been stepping away a little bit from the classic OG Crumbl cookies, and they've been trying to experiment with a few different desserts. We had the tres leches cake, the Crumbl cinnamon roll, we had a donut last week, and well, today, Fast Foodies, the theme continues with a brand new cookies and cream milkshake cookie. Now, at least with this one, the milkshake is just inspiring the actual cookie, whereas in the last few other desserts, they were actually trying to replicate the other dessert. Thankfully, Crumbl didn't come out with a milkshake. Actually, that'd be pretty interesting. I know they used to make ice cream. Crumbl, if you're watching this, you know, a milkshake may not be a bad idea. But Fast Foodies, as you guys can clearly see, this is not a milkshake. This cookies and cream OREO milkshake cookie is a cookies and cream milkshake inspired cookie bursting with OREO pieces from the base all the way up to the creamy vanilla buttercream frosting. And then, of course, it is finished with a little mini OREO. Do you know how much self-control it took me not to take this little OREO and eat it before I filmed this review? A lot. It took a lot of self-control. And so because of that, if you can go ahead and hit that subscribe button, I would truly appreciate it. I mean, look at that. It's just asking to be eaten. Speaking of which, let's go ahead and eat it. Oh boy, that was a good break. Now I think I'm actually going to save this little OREO for my mom because I have the best mom ever and she likes her Oreos. So Mom, if you're watching this, I'm saving this part for you. I will, however, gladly enjoy some of these Oreos right there. Look at that. Look at that. Look at all those OREO pieces in the base. It'll be interesting to see how much this reminds me of an actual milkshake, though. Keep that in mind. This is supposed to be a milkshake, not just a cookie. This is what I'm talking about, Crumbl. I like this approach quite a bit more than the previous approaches you've taken. Taking a classic dessert and replicating it in a cookie, which is what you know, which is what you do, which is what you're all about. Stop trying to come out with new desserts. No, stick to the cookies. But man, keep trying to replicate other desserts in a cookie. This is delicious. For example, that cinnamon roll, it was decent. But honestly, if you just made a cookie that tried to replicate a cinnamon roll, I think that would have been a bit better. Just like this. This cookie that is trying to, what's the word they call? It is inspired by a milkshake. See, they didn't come out with a milkshake. They came out with a cookie that was inspired by a milkshake. Don't come out with donuts. Come out with cookies inspired by a donut. Don't make cakes come out with cookies inspired by a cake. Do you get the theme here, Crumbl? This is the cookie itself. It's creamy, it's milky. It definitely does remind me of a milkshake. And then that buttercream frosting on top. I mean, it's cookies and cream. Crumbl cookies and cream. You really... Maybe if they had a few more of the Oreo chocolate cookie pieces, because you're getting so much of that milkiness from the buttercream frosting. Or maybe if the buttercream frosting was like a chocolate Oreo frosting, because then you get the milkiness from the cookie base and the chocolateness from the buttercream on top. But man, Crumbl, this is what I'm talking about. For ratings, I'm going to give the cookies and cream Oreo inspired milkshake cookie that isn't a milkshake, that's actually a cookie, a 9.5 out of 10. Hope you guys enjoyed this week's Crumbl cookie review, or Crumbl cookie review inspired by milkshake, as much as I enjoyed this Crumbl milkshake cookie. And I'll catch you back here next week for yet another classic Fast Foodies Crumbl review. Boy. If you made it to the end of this video, then I'm sure that you want to become a fast foodie as well. So all you have to do is hit that subscribe button. And to see exclusive behind the scenes footage, then you can head on over to Instagram and follow the Fast Foodies at Fast Foodies Review. Trust me, you do not want to miss out on this review. Fast Foodies, it's a Tuesday. Do you know what that means? No? I'll give you a hint. Take a look at my shirt. Actually, I'm feeling nice. I'll give you another hint. Take a look at my hat. It's time for Crumbl! What is going on, Fast Foodie Nation? Welcome back to yet another very exciting and very tasty, delicious Crumbl cookie review. If this is your first time tuning in, then boy, you are in for a treat today. Every Tuesday morning, I post a Crumbl, well, I was gonna say cookie, but it's not always a Crumbl cookie review. You'll see what I mean here in just a second. But every Tuesday, I post a Crumbl review. And so to make sure you don't miss out on more Crumbl reviews, guess what? All you gotta do, hit that subscribe button. Now on to the reason why I don't post a Crumbl cookie review every Tuesday, just a Crumbl review. You see, I don't know what's going on, but it seems that Crumbl is having some sort of identity crisis. I don't know. I don't work there. I just review the stuff that they give me, or actually not that they give me, that I buy. But over the past month or so, this will have been the third Crumbl review where I'm not reviewing a cookie. You see, I think 2 or 3 weeks ago, I had the brand new cinnamon roll. Then last week, I had a tres leches cake from Crumbl. And today, Fast Foodies, I'm going to be reviewing a donut. You heard me correctly. This is a donut, and it's not a Dunkin' Donut review. No, I have one of those coming out maybe tomorrow, or maybe it was yesterday. I don't know. I do have a Dunkin' Donut review coming soon, but this is a Crumbl review of a donut. Now do you get the intro? Do not want to miss out on this one, donut. That brings up a point. How do you spell donut? There seems to be two spellings, D-O-N-U-T or D-O-U-G-H-N-U-T. Does anyone know what the correct spelling is? Please drop a comment in the comment section down below. I'm always so confused. I never know which way to spell it. I think Crumbl is spelling this the G-U-H way, but that's besides the point. This is actually an old-fashioned donut, and there are hints of, I believe, nutmeg and brown sugar. And boy, I don't smell the nutmeg too much, but I definitely smell the brown sugar. And as you guys can see, this old-fashioned donut is topped with a creamy vanilla glaze. Now, from the past few reviews, I think it's pretty safe to say that Crumbl, they're still working on their cinnamon rolls. They haven't nailed that recipe down yet. Their cakes, however, that tres leches cake was delicious. And so today, we find out if they can do donuts. But of course, there is only one way to find out if they can do donuts. We gotta taste it. And now I gotta wonder, what do you guys think is next? do you think Crumbl is going to be done with this identity crisis after this donut? Or do you think they're going to be coming out with more new, interesting, tasty goodies? Honestly, I could see a Crumbl cupcake coming very soon. You know why? Because cupcakes crumble pretty darn well. I mean, the whole bottom of the cupcake pretty much like, what's the word? Crumbles. I think that's the word I was looking for. It crumbles when you eat it. But back to this donut. It is falling apart in my hand. Let's get into it, fast foodies. Oh, yes. Alrighty. That's very good. However, unlike the cinnamon roll or the cake, which were actually a cinnamon roll and a cake, not just a cookie that was supposed to taste like a cinnamon roll or a cake, this I don't think is actually a donut. If you close my eyes and gave this to me, or if I closed my eyes and you gave this to me, I guess you could close my eyes too. But if I were just to taste it, without seeing it, without knowing what it was supposed to be, I would tell you that this is a delicious snickerdoodle cookie with a vanilla glaze. That's what I'm getting. A snickerdoodle cookie with a little hint of nut. I wish the nutmeg was a little bit stronger. I love my nutmeg. It's getting a little bit lost in the sweetness of the cookie. So I wish the nutmeg was a bit stronger. But it is soft, it is warm, it is gooey. You got the creamy vanilla glaze on top. I'm a fan of it. But is this a donut? No, it's not. So I think what's happening now is that Crumbl experimented with the other desserts, you know, with the cake and the cinnamon roll. And now they're slowly but surely coming back to their roots. And now just making cookies that are supposed to look like other desserts. So maybe we'll have a cupcake cookie in the future that just looks like a cupcake, but is actually a cookie. Let me know in the comments down below what you guys think. And I will let you know the rating, what I think of this cookie, donut, cookie, whatever you want to call it. I'm going to give the old-fashioned donut cookie from Crumbl an 8.5 out of 10. If they called this a snickerdoodle cookie, a brown sugar or sugar cookie, I'd probably give this a 9 out of 10 because it is delicious. But because they called it a donut cookie and it's not really a donut, I had to dock it half a point. But I hope you guys enjoyed this week's Crumbl cookie review. And as always, we will see you back here Tuesday for another Crumbl review. Hopefully it's a Crumbl cookie review. If you made it to the end of this video, then I'm sure that you want to become a fast foodie as well. So all you have to do is hit that subscribe button. And to see